He's a trash bag.
Basically.
He's a douchebag.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
Today's a discussion video. I put a story up on Instagram asking you guys to ask some questions or suggest some topics for us to discuss, and I've got them here for us to
go first. Or
the first question we got is actually a bit of a controversial one. We got asked, what do you guys think of Brexit? I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not entirely clued up about it. I know bits and bobs, but
I don't agree with it.
Yeah, I voted in. Did you vote in?
In as in?
Stay in the EU.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, I can't
but we
tell you
didn't
much
also
about
stay,
it.
did we? So.
Yeah. I will say that I don't actually think people were informed properly on what they were voting for. Next question was, how did you get into YouTube and what made you want to open a channel, start a channel?
It's because we just watch it, don't we?
We watch a lot of YouTube. We wanted something that we could do together, because outside of this we don't really get to spend much time because she's working, I'm at uni.
Yeah.
So it's an excuse to do something together. Next question is, do you think it's okay to be friends with the opposite sex if you're in a relationship?
It depends. I would say no, but that sounds a bit like...
I would say yes.
I think
but there's limits.
Yeah, it depends.
You need to set boundaries. Like, I personally don't think it's okay for a guy who's in a relationship to go on a lunch or out for drinks with a girl who is single. Same for a girl, like I wouldn't go out for lunch by myself with a single guy or drinks, no matter how long I've known him, what the circumstances is. Obviously it's a bit different if you're related, but still it's just, yeah.
It depends on both the people, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, limits.
Has to be limits. We've got a couple of questions about makeup. First one is, discuss the pros and cons to makeup.
So I would say the pros are probably, a lot of girls are not confident in their skin. So wearing makeup obviously makes you feel more confident to some people. The cons would be, to me it would be taking it off. I hate taking makeup off. Takes me about half an hour
to get my makeup off. Yeah, I would say that the pros are, it allows you to hide your insecurities or like the imperfections that you have that make you insecure, gives you confidence, is a confidence booster. Cons are, I find that it makes my skin really oily. I sometimes break out after using some products, and yeah, the process allows you to take it off.
Yeah, you should stick to what you know, because like even with me, if I try something new, it breaks me out straight away. So yeah, stick to what you know, I would say as well. Yeah.
Another question we got is best foundation. So I use L'Oreal True Match. I'm not sure what shade, but I find that one gives me more of like a dewy finish, and gives me enough coverage, but not too much that I feel like I've got to scrape it off.
I've got 3. I'm gonna go from light, medium, and then full coverage. So the light one, like light coverage, is buildable, but I would say the Decay Naked Skin, that's really good. And then medium coverage, I would say it's light again, but you can build it up to medium, will be NARS Sheer Glow, that's really good. And full coverage that I really love is the Fenty foundation. You could literally go out on the whole night and nothing, like your foundation doesn't move, so your makeup don't move, that's really good.
We had someone ask, how would you feel if your children come out ugly?
It's actually funny because we always talk about it.
I feel like no parent feels that their child is ugly.
No, my mum thought I was ugly.
My mum thought I was an ugly newborn, but I was 7 weeks premature, so I think that was allowed.
Yeah, no. Well, with my mum, she thinks once you start your period time with girls, you go through an ugly stage, and she used to tell me that, like, she used to think I was ugly. But,
a bit harsh.
Yeah.
But there isn't anything you can do if your child comes out ugly. You've got to appreciate them for
I don't really think you can see the child ugly.
if I feel like they're ugly, it'd be a bit gutting, but if they feel that they're beautiful, let them do them. Tell us your goals for the year.
Make money.
Yeah, my goals for the year would be to, I'm hopefully going to graduate this summer, get a full-time job, have a holiday,
Yeah.
hopefully be engaged still on.
Hurry up.
Yeah, you? Start saving, make some money.
Yeah. That's all I have for now.
I also got asked for advice on uni, and if there's anything that school doesn't tell you. 100%, there is a lot of stuff that school likes to leave out. My best advice is make sure that you're prepared. Don't go in thinking that it's really daunting and really bad, because if you made the jump from GCSE to A-level or BTEC or college or whatever it is that you went to, you can make the jump from like level 3 to uni level. I felt like the jump from GCSE to A-level was a lot bigger than the jump from A-level to university. You don't get that much help. As much as they say, yeah, you can ask your lecturers and your tutors and stuff for help, you don't get that much help. They just say, you can't send your pieces of work in for them to just grade and give it back to you, or like give you that much feedback. They can guide you on whether your ideas are on the right path, but they can't really help you that much. And make sure that you don't leave your deadlines to the last minute like I do, because it gives you a lot of stress. Try and plan ahead. But yeah, don't stress. You can do it.
I don't go uni, so I don't know.
Someone asked for us to discuss surgery and our opinions on surgery. So
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like, if you want it done and you've got the money for it, then
yeah,
get it done.
I don't disagree with surgery at all. I feel like if you're going to get cosmetic surgery, it should be for yourself and not for anyone else. You shouldn't allow anyone else to make you feel like you need to get surgery or that you should get it to make other people happy. You should only do it if it's something truly that you want, because at the end of the day, those people making you feel insecure aren't paying for your surgery. You've got to pay for your surgery, and just do it to make yourself happy and less insecure. We don't judge. We judge.
I don't know why people do anyway. Like, something to do with you.
Yeah, mind your business. Kids and future plans.
Kids, as in how many?
Kids, yeah. Do we want to have kids?
I would say 3 max.
Yeah, me too.
But then I don't know, until you have one, you don't really know.
Yeah. I would say I definitely want to have children. I have always wanted to have children. I'd ideally like 2, but I've always said if I have
3.
Yeah, if I have like a boy and a boy, then I'd want to try for a third to see if I get a girl. Same goes if I have a girl and then a boy. But
you don't know, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's what God gives you. Future plans. I feel like most girls, especially Turkish girls, have like the same future plan. Get a good job, get married, have kids, have a big house.
Yeah.
I just want to
build fam, basically.
Yeah, and progress. I'm not one of these people that likes to settle. I want to constantly get better. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's okay to be friends with your ex? No.
No, it's not okay.
It wouldn't work, and no. That's just weird.
Yeah. It's weird, and it's also, I feel like I would personally be uncomfortable knowing that my other half was speaking to someone that they had at one point had feelings for. And I also feel like it'd just be messy. I feel like it'd be too messy to speak to an ex.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Not necessarily speak to an ex, be friends with an ex and mix with an ex. Like, there's, as we spoke about before, about you need to have boundaries with being friends with the opposite sex when you're in a relationship. I feel like there's also those boundaries if it does come to an ex. You can't even have most of those boundaries because it'd be very hard to mix your ex with your circle of friends. So
No, I think once it's finished, it's finished.
it's finished. Yeah.
What is the most awkward date you have been on? I haven't had an awkward date.
I haven't had an awkward date.
You would know, like, if someone's weird or you just would have.
I mean, I know someone who's had a really weird date, but no, I haven't had a weird date. The only person that I've actually gone on like a proper date with is the person that I'm with, and I wouldn't say that any of the dates were weird. They were fun.
How many zeros is in your bank account?
1.
I don't.
Bro, I don't.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Mind your business.
Yeah, I don't. People don't need to know that. Next question is: have you had a breakup? If so, why did it end?
No, I don't hope to have a breakup. I've had previous people that I've spoken to before I've got into my relationship now, but I wouldn't class that as an ex, or like a proper relationship. So my only first relationship I'm still in, and I hope to never break up from.
I have, but well, I did.
Open book, Melis. Open book. Be honest.
A lot of reasons why.
He's a trash bag.
Basically.
He's a douchebag.
Oh no, there was a lot of reasons why.
Selling lies is one of them.
Yeah, waste of time. Let's just say he was a waste of time, waste of life. He just,
He was obviously.
I don't really want to talk about it 'cause it's weird, but
he wasn't as invested as what she was in the relationship.
yeah, like he made out he was ready to settle down, which he wasn't. And then when stuff started getting serious, he backed out. And then I found out stuff, so yeah. Let's just leave it as that.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on age gap in a relationship?
I personally think each to their own, do what makes you happy. But I think your reason for it, depending on how big the age gap is, I personally wouldn't go for anyone the same age as me or younger, because I feel like it is scientifically proven that men do mature later than women. So I just found like I was more attracted to the maturity of Dylan, who is 2 years older than me. But you can find 28, 30, 35-year-old men that still act like they're 15. But yeah, if there is a big age gap, you just got to be careful that your reasons for being in that relationship isn't due to their bank account, in my opinion. I feel like there has to be an attraction there, and you have to obviously, there's going to be difficulties in having a relationship with someone who is much older, because they would have gone through the stages in life that you're just about to start.
Yeah.
So they might have already had their kids, they might have already been married. But yeah, each to their own, but yeah.
I personally wouldn't go for anyone that's younger than me. If he's the same age as me, he needs to be more mature. Because you can get guys that are like 30 and they're still immature, so. But the most gap, I would say 6 years, a lot more than 6 years older than me.
I don't know. I mean, Dylan is 2 years older than me, but we'll probably go maybe a few more years above that.
I think it depends. It depends who you get with. Like,
it depends on their mentality, how mature they are, how established they are. Yeah. Next question.
So the next question is: do you think it's okay to like pictures of the opposite sex?
If you're in a relationship.
If you're in a relationship, yeah.
Yeah. It
depends.
It depends on what the photo is. Yeah, if the photo's explicit, if the guy is acting in a sexual way, or if the girl is acting in a sexual way, then I don't think it's okay.
I think it depends who it is of the picture.
Like, they say if he or she is able to be with that person,
then probably no.
And if the pictures are sexual, yeah. But if you've known that person for a long time, or if there's like more of like a family friendship to it,
then it doesn't matter.
Then it doesn't matter, yeah.
So the next question is: what is your opinion of multicultural relationships?
I think they're great. I mean, I have a lot of relatives who are in couples or relationships, are married to someone who is not Turkish or Turkish Cypriot, and I actually find that the cultural diversity that it brings to their life is actually really nice. I actually have found that I've enjoyed their weddings more than other weddings, because it's just something different, as opposed to like just the traditional ones that we go to. But I feel like it is a lot easier to go with someone of the same culture as you, because you hold the same values, there's the same routine to the way that relationships are brought about. Like for Turkish Cypriots, it's you meet, you get promised. Sorry,
that is.
Yeah, promised. Then you get engaged, you get married, and it's just a lot easier. There isn't going to be like any language barriers, anything like that. But I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with a multicultural relationship, as long as they go about things the right way and they don't do it in a disrespectful way to your actual culture.
It doesn't really bother me. I feel like it bothers me in a way like they have to. Personally, I would only go for someone that's got the same like morals as us.
Yeah.
And like their upbringing. Whereas Middle Eastern people are usually all the same, like with family orientated and their upbringing and stuff like that. So that wouldn't bother me. But then there's some cultures that are like, you know, for example, when it comes to marriage, they can be engaged or boyfriend girlfriend for like 10 years. That's something that I wouldn't want. Yeah. And they would find that quite weird.
But that's what I meant in the sense of they have to sort of go about it the right way, and they have to respect your culture as well. And it has to be sort of like a merging of the cultures, and you shouldn't expect them to turn to your ways and they shouldn't expect you to turn to their ways. You have to find a compromise and like make it work between both cultures. It's definitely doable. I don't think it's something that people should rule out, but it's down to personal preference, really. Yeah.
So our last question is, what is it like growing up in a Turkish household, and is your family strict?
Do you want to go first?
I wouldn't say my family's strict. Like yes and no, it depends with what. But like with I know some Turkish girls, their families are like quite strict.
Whereas strict.
Where they can't like go out and stuff like that. My family's not like that. My dad used to be strict when I was obviously younger, but now they're not really. I don't think they're strict.
Yeah. I mean,
my mum tries to be strict sometimes, but it doesn't work.
She's giving it to you.
Yeah, she's behind the camera.
I would say that my family were a good amount of strict. They weren't strict to the point of they literally made me feel like I was a prisoner in my own house.
Yeah.
They set boundaries and they made sure that they was on top of monitoring me really until I reached a certain age, which I actually at the time I hated, but I'm actually really grateful for now, because even though a lot of people hate their parents being strict, they actually make sure that you end up on the right path and that you end up being a good person and being a respectful person and having self-respect.
Yeah.
A lot of people will disagree in the sense of Turkish boys I find have it a lot easier than Turkish girls.
Yes.
But in Turkish culture, the girls are sort of like the pillars of honour for their family. They sort of hold the family's reputation, and if they get a bad reputation, the family gets a bad reputation.
And with a lot of Turkish people, they try to like
dirty your reputation. Yeah.
They will try, for example,
make up
like
lies.
This girl,
this girl done this, or we saw this girl doing that. Like Turkish people love to gossip. That's another thing. Growing up Turkish I loved it. I have a really big family. I have like first cousins and second cousins combined. I think I have about 104, and that's no exaggeration. I have a lot. Obviously I don't mix with them all. Some of them in Cyprus, some of them are here. But every weekend we had cousins round, and we was around our cousins. I find it's a very sociable culture. We love to mix, we love to socialise, we love to feed people, we love to eat.
As you could tell.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't say. I found my parents stopped being strict once I reached a certain age. Like once I met Dylan, I suppose it just takes the right boy to make them less strict, because they saw that he was respectful.
It's just you're old enough. Do you know what I mean? But they'd still be strict in certain ways.
Yeah, but if Dylan was different, as in like if Dylan wasn't so respectful and he was one of these boys that like pushing boundaries in front of family, then my parents would not be okay like letting us be out and alone, or like out and about and being seen by other people before we were sons. Obviously we're sons now, promised, so that's fine. But yeah, each family is different.
Every family's different. Like there is quite a lot of Turkish families that are really strict. Like people from Turkey, depending what part they're from, they can be very strict.
Yeah,
whereas Cypriots are a bit more chilled, but then it depends on the family. And yeah, I don't think you should be too strict, because then that's when your kids do stuff behind your back.
Yeah, strict parents equal sneaky children. That is
Yeah.
100% a fact. In my experience, I find people from Turkey have had a little bit more of a strict upbringing. Anyone
I think
that's
it depends
spoken to
what
from
part
Turkey.
in Turkey you're from. Like there's some parts that they're very open,
strict.
and there's some that they're very like strict.
Yeah.
It just depends what
But
part.
I also think it depends on the person. Like, just because your parents are strict doesn't mean that you turn out okay. Or just because your parents are not strict doesn't mean that you don't turn out okay. But yeah, I love being Turkish. I wouldn't want to be any other culture. Maybe Spanish. Yeah, I'd love to be somewhere like Latina. You know.
No, I like being like Turkey. Like,
oh my god. We can actually speak about this. I did my DNA results.
you done yours.
Yeah. So me, my twin, and my little sister, we are 64% Middle Eastern, 25% from Turkey and Caucasus, 7.5% Italian, 2% Greek and Balkans. Is Balkans like Albania and like Bulgaria?
I don't know.
I don't know where that is. And I've got a total of 1.5% African.
Oh. Well, I haven't done a DNA test, so I don't know, but I just know I'm full Turkish Cypriot, and my granddad's side has Egyptian in him, and my nan's side, both from my mum's side, have Mongolian, something like that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I haven't done a DNA test. I might actually do it.
No, I know that because mine comes under the Middle East. I've got a grandparent on each side of the family, great-grandparent, sorry, that is Egyptian, and I've also got descendants on my dad's side from Mongolia. But I feel like every Turk comes from Mongolia. I feel like that's where we just descend from.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I have very Mongolian-looking relatives.
Yeah, some of them.
Some of them are very Mongolian-looking.
So thank you for watching. That's the end of our video.
We'll have another video coming really soon. Please stay tuned on our Instagram stories. We'll be putting up more content on there for you guys to have more of an input on what we're doing.
And a lot of people did say to do a shot it or say it video, so we'll probably be doing that next. So keep an eye out.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching.